Good afternoon. Welcome to the Tavern. I hope people are well. I'm well. Very busy. Very kind of tired, but feeling a bit better today because I slept in. I always sleep in on Saturdays before my stream. So I said, I hope everyone's doing great out there. I have one hell of a work week trying to not die by late dates and things like that. It's hard to do a three person department with only two people. So I'm just happy they can get here and start painting, working on this piece where I'm going to keep going on the skin tones, but I'm going to, now I'm going to start finessing, and I got to do some more highlighting and such. The big thing is I do want to finesse this a bit. Although she's got kind of a nice cloudy, she's a cloud giant, so I'm not hating it at all. All right, let's move her arm. And I do want to go another step later. I want some more highlighting. I don't think I want to go full white. But I do want to oh, come on. Baldy! What's up? Hello, hello. I'm assuming you're streaming today? I might mix. Alright, there it is. Like, where's my Bifilium Moth? Still in vacation mode. What's a vacation? What is that mythical term? I don't know what a vacation is. Alright, I want some Bifilium Moth out to mix. So I can go back and forth between this. Actually, maybe I want two splotches of that and just mix the gray right into the second splotch. Alright, well, let's see. Where is it? Let's start the pokey tool today. Early? Well, how am I going to raid in after? Definitely looks like there's a clog in this. There's always clogs in these. That's why they invented pokey tools. Oh, that was the wrong color. Yeah, well, actually, I'll take that one too. Alright. Get colors in my palette. When you are not allowed to go to your job, see your colleagues, even if you're really begging your boss, something like that. Yeah, he'd still stream. What does that have to do with streaming there, sir? I miss enough Saturday streams. That is a lump. Okay. I need to finesse this in here. I've thrown down my own gauntlet. I hope I can top what I painted a Reaper Con. It's like, now I'm like worried I found the high point that I never want to find. Although apparently there's room for improvement. I also have to figure out what color do I want to use. Oh, I hear that. It's Pete the Hydra Red, no volume. What do you mean no volume? There is volume because Baldy is understanding everything I'm saying. If there's no volume, it's on your end. I'm saying. Yeah. My stream has sound right if it's on volume. I have to like type this stuff because obviously if there's no volume you can't hear me when I say it. There's volume. Yeah, I know the volume's okay. I just briefly turned my stream on this because there's a lag. I can hear myself talking when I put it on. Plus Baldy's answering my questions, so I know there's volume. Hey Kaz, what's up? How are you today? Alright, so actually I should have Sky Shadow out too. I should have all the colors out. Well, that's Pete's fault for muting me. Or I mean, I like to think that maybe whatever. Accidental mutations happen all the time. Oh my gosh, there was okay. So when I was on Murder Hoodwink in the last campaign, our DM would constantly mute himself. Would mute himself, not us. And then he'd forget, and he'd start talking, and we're like, "Dude, you're muted again for about the 11th billion time, all the damn time." Just getting a little bit more details in the shadows here. Okay, her leg should be dry. That looks better, for sure. I'm thinking I want to do something to get her leg a little less purple. I don't want her to be outrightly purple. Definitely want purple, but I don't want her to be totally purple. I think I need Tabletop GM for Life to pop in. Maybe if I say it, it'll show up. Because I actually did something on Thursday. I'll do my little show and tell. We will do show and tell today. Since I'm not trying to stream with Baldy, which was so much fun, but I find it hard to do show and tells those days. But I actually started doing. It's mostly done actually. All I really need to do is I'm going to do a pink. Someone said Emperor's Children, so I'm going to do a pink cape on here. So I'll have I'll have 1.5 ducks finished. I gotta do the other one when I'm at home because I need the list of what everybody picked for it. This I think is gonna go to Tabletop GM for life when I do eventually send out the packages. Um, and then I have other ducks. I still gotta actually print more ducks. I have been so busy, guys. I'm really sorry. It's just, this is my job. It's just totally taken over. Sorry, but any indication, painting is a thing that I should keep in my life. So I'm not giving that up. But it is a lot of what's going on is just a lot. I'm also using a little bit finer brush this time. I'm using, instead of my 2, I'm using my 0 Artis Opus, my workhorse. So who's working on stuff today? I always love to know what you guys are working on. So what are you working on today? I hope, even though Baldy's taking a vacation, how dare he, from streaming. John the Templar, thank you so much for subbing. Guys, by the way, guys, I don't know if I'm there yet or whatnot, but I did get paid this month, which meant it was 2 months in a row. Of course, last month is because I hit over 100, because I wasn't quite at 50 the month before. But this time I was barely over 50, so I got paid. Maybe that should just be a sub goal. I get paid every month, which means I make $50. Nothing earth shattering, but it's something, and it's appreciated. Oh, there's a lighter spot. I feel like there just needs to be a little hint of something on the heel, even if it's not super. This is the leg that's out of the light, or the side of the leg that's not in the light. So let's see. Let's do a little cheer. And it said, yes, now that like ReaperCon is over, I'm trying to start getting back into doing commissions. I said rewards like the ducks. I know I got a few more Twitch rewards I got to do. If you are somebody who has hit a year of subs and I've not talked to you, please talk to me. It means I don't realize it. I'm Queen by Hoverium. Tomorrow I get a friend over for a basic technique one-on-one session. So he needs a bit of workspace. So are you teaching? Or is he teaching you? Should I remember what I was... Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to hit applause. Let's applause. Let's applause for this. There's a little applause because thank you so much for the sub. I'm going to see if I can... I think I'm going to darken up this little spot here. I'll say it again. Her feet are weird. more blue in it. What I'm thinking is I may grab a little gray and actually sort of mix it into this stuff. But yeah, this is like now I said I'm going through and trying to finesse things. I fully expend. I fully expect to spend the stream continually work on, and maybe the next one, working on these skin tones. I don't think I want a line there. I do want it to get darker, but I don't think I want that harsher difference. Oh, Painty Paint Paints is lurking. Hello, Painty. How are you today? Hello, Smart Goblin. Ooh, that's... I sit back and I'm like, ooh, that's too much of a jump. So, Smart Goblin, I see you've been busy doing tons and tons and tons of painting. I come home at night and I just crash. It's just, I said, I've been that tired. It's worth it. I'm getting stuff done at work, but it is not easy. I need to figure out how to rebalance things in my life. What I really need is a third person. Supposedly, a third person has applied. And I mentioned it too. I'm like, there's somebody applying that I know. Hire him, please, for the love of God. That is too thick a line. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I do want a line around her, all this cloth that's like popping out. White Skull! Good afternoon. I missed due to a rainy day replacing the film on my vat tray for my 3-breed for. Oh, wasn't that fun? I'm bad at that. I had to have Cyrus come into it. I did it, and I did it badly. He goes and does it. I'm like, how in the hell are you doing that? So good. So, hey, it was really good to meet you at ReaperCon along with Painty Paint Paints. It was great to chat when we had a few moments to chat. You were hanging around, I believe, with Monster Dan Ed. This is too streaky. There we go. It's a little less streaky. I don't want that line near. I want that blended. Okay. Next thing really is this foot. Because this foot is so freaking weird. Per Night Whisper 2, he says he agrees, the feet are weird on her. That's all darker in there. As it comes down, let's see. I feel like it's darker here than it is down here. Let's see, I have to hang around with Monster Dan minis, otherwise he gets in trouble and touches stuff. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, Lord. It was so cool he came to ReaperCon. I don't think it's something he'd never done, right? And I hadn't been there in 4 years. I went once. So this was like the first time back in 4 years. It just proves all that painting I did in those 4 years was worth it. This looks like there's a little spot there that's a little darker. First time, had a blast. Like the vibe. It is. It's a great vibe. I think it's just such a lovely, chill convention. Except for when it comes to the MSP time. Then I notice, like, I get nervous. In spite of I keep telling myself, here's your expectations. I felt so bad this morning. I came across some of these posts and they got a bronze medal on the piece. Actually, I really liked their piece. And they said they failed. And I'm like, you did not fail. Failure is to failure to compete, like to not enter. That's the only way you fail is by not competing. Otherwise, everything, there's value to entering. If nothing else, if you want to get to be a better painter. Because the feedback is invaluable. Oh, I don't want that. No, I don't want this line. I'm still getting a line right there, and I'm not sure why. I'm just adding some of the gray on here. Trying to keep it thin. You use a very light hand. This is definitely where that. So I'm having the light kind of come down from this angle. Try to catch this leg. This is where I thought a lot of the finessing needs to happen is back here. I said, I'm trying to finesse it first, and I might add more highlights in this stream. So I want this to be a lot smoother. I don't take the feedback to becoming a better painter, whatever that means. I use it as a measure of my style, being understood, appreciated for what it is, and in artistic sense. Develop my own skills. But yeah, well, okay, so no, it is to me. It's definitely a path to. It tells me what I need to improve on. How I execute it is a different thing, but it tells me where to go. What steps do I need to take to go in that direction? Um, Although I don't know what to do because I did not get a lot off my gold medal entry. But it was a low gold. It wasn't like a gold, so there's got to be something in it to improve. I think I know where some of the areas to improve are. But that said, I do actually to do take it as a way to, it gives me a direction to go in. To improve. So like the feedback I got 4 years ago was um, don't paint all your highlights and shadows the same. If it's something in a recessed area, and you'd think this would make sense, right? If it's like in a recessed area, you know the midtone is the highlight. If it's in a area that's flooded with light, the midtone is the shadow. And I definitely tried to take that advice. When I got my advice in at Nova on my little diorama, it was how to handle cotton. Also, though, telling me a couple other things and a couple of minis I had. Actually, it's funny. I brought him a different mini than the diorama, but he remembered it because he judged it. He's like, I go, I didn't bring that because I was pretty sure I knew what was up with it. I go, it lost out because of the clouds. And he's like, yeah, he admitted, like, yep, that's exactly what it was. So I brought the genie. He said, I actually, like, on some of the spots in the genie, like where his turban was, I went too much on the shadow. It was too dark. Feels like with me, it's a lot of balancing light. Once again, I will say her feet are weird. I can't get over her feet. So yeah, I do actually use the feedback as a starting point to figure out how to improve. Most of my improvements just I paint a lot. Actually, that's what I said to the guy. I'm like, want to know the truth? The reason why I got better is I painted almost every day in that 4 years. Holy crap! Somebody say something. Too many. I have too many friggin' things. Oh, by the way, I will totally 100% agree with you on the technical judges missed the point. That happened. I did the I think it's called the Masters of Mini Painting or something because it's what Wow, there are 14 of you on here. I just looked. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Tavern. Uh, it's one that P3 or that prior to press used to run. I think Steamforge has brought it back, and they brought it back in at Adepticon. So I plan on entering, but it was a Gen Con painting contest that they would run. And the first year, I think I had Dallas. I can't think of his last name. But somebody who worked for the company, really mini painter extraordinaire. I know his first name is Dallas. Somebody knows his last name. Tell me. Um, but he's a known entity in this hobby, and gave me feedback, and it was really good feedback. He told me, do this, this, and this. So when I painted the second one, I did this, this, and this, and then I got basically was told, well, well, it's not good enough. Blah blah. The face needs to be better. Okay, that's fair. Probably needs to be better. But what got me was like, well, the skin tone is off, and I was thinking in my brain, well, thank you very much. It was meant to be off. This lady is not a human. She is she's something otherworldly, and I wanted to portray that. So the fact that yes, the technical judges sometimes miss your point is absolutely true. But sometimes you do. Sometimes it's a place to start. It's not the be all end all, but it is a place to start from and figure out what direction you want your path to go in. So I'm tempted to contact. I think Bryce Kokener was had to be one of the diorama judges, and say, hey, I missed doing this because I was too busy looking for my friggin' debit card, which I thankfully they found. Um, I was too busy doing that, and I did not catch up with you about my diorama entry. My diorama actually went down. I got a silver again for diorama, but the score was actually a little lower. I think I know why. I think I needed. Someone brought it up early. Well, do you have enough in it? I think the answer is it needed more stuff. But now it's like I almost want to go back and ask him what I should have done. I think it's Bryce. I had him for a class too. He was really cool. Really good teacher. I think the composition itself was okay in that. I just feel like maybe it did need more. I tried to make sure it had enough, but I can darken this down here just a little bit. This is it's kind of out of the light here. So yeah, so as I said, judging is subjective, Suit. So keep that in mind when you know. And maybe I got to go because I had different judges than I had the last time. Because I think Ann Forrest is a really tough judge. It's her baby. The MSP is her baby. But I don't think Rhonda Bender is any slouch or any pushover either. One of the judges I had this time. She was the one I brought my mini to, and I was so shocked. She pointed that the few friends who got bronze silver told if you spent more time with piece, you could have gone up in the medal race. How do they know how much time you spent? They don't. But maybe sometimes you can tell, like you can tell a mini. I'm not defending her, but we're not. I'm just going to put my own 2 cents in, and I'm not saying you're wrong. Because believe me, I think we all spend different amounts of time on stuff, and I think sometimes it takes. But in my case, when I do tabletop mini, that's like 5-6 hours, and when I do something like this, it's like my last 2 ones for this little competition that I paint for, which was not ReaperCon actually. Remember, I did the Frost Giant for the same thing I'm doing this for, which is the TotalCon one, because I'm going against Night Whisper Gel Tip and my friend Peter, who actually was at ReaperCon. He got a gold. He got a first place in Counterblast. He had the little I don't know, the little creepy guy in front of the thing that I think he threw that together, the jerk. But I think you can tell my 60-hour work versus my 6-hour work. I think there are ways you can tell. If it's like this and you've got a very smooth blend, unless it's airbrushed, you can tell airbrush versus brush. I think if you've got a lot, now granted, if you're a virtuoso and you can do this super fast, bully to you. And then there's no way of knowing. But I think it's more, I don't know if it's more about spending more time. Maybe that's just the wrong term. Maybe it's more about, I almost hate saying this though, maybe more time's a little kinder, saying putting a little more care. But I don't want to say that because you put care in your minis. I'm not thinking of the right word either. Like if you've done a tiny bit more, maybe that's the right word. A little more. Like a little more contrast, a little more blending. So maybe they're just doing more and equating with time. That's the only thing I can think of. So like I feel like that's a lot of my cases. I need to put a little more contrast in a lot of things I do. I think that about a lot of people's work, even when I'm judging. I look and like this needs more contrast. It needs more contrast. It needs more contrast. Somebody said it too there. One of the guys actually said it there that it's never enough contrast. Never ever. It doesn't even matter how much you have. It's still not enough. And that's what maybe they're trying to get at here. That's the way I would interpret it, is that I need to spend a little more on something. Like making sure that all these things are blended. I'm spending more. Maybe a little more successfulness in the execution of whatever they were trying to tell. Uh, what are we saying here? Are we talking about in general or at conventions? I technically do not judge the TotalCon one. I organize it, but I don't judge. I did last year because we were missing a person for a bit, and I stepped in. I will help out if we are short a judge, and I want 3, but and I think I might have done it Rising Phoenix because I only had 2, so I think I stepped in was the 3rd, but really I let the other 2 do the judging. I actually just the only one I really am there's 2 I'm like a actual judge in, and one is Captain Con and the other is Huzzah. I am both. I think it's just poor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a poor choice of words too. I think they're equating. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like putting in more. It doesn't have to be more time, but it has to be a little more something, a little more highlighting. I mean, granted, it does sort of work because you have to put more time to get the more highlighting or get the more blending or whatnot. But I think you're right. I think that's where it is, especially for already anxious pain to struggle with when the models going to keep going back into a model of paranoia. Well, that is a really fair point, and I think that harkens to a lot of us. I think so. Here's my way. Now, in case you guys have not heard, this is how I deem a model is done. I tend to go section by section. So I'll paint all the skin, then I'll paint the armor, whatnot. When I have no more sections to paint, then I'm done. I don't go back. That's the way you're going to do it. You're going to look at, you're at a certain point in your progress, in your journey. And you can keep going and going and going. But I think one of the best things is just let it go. Just leave it at where you're at. Because this is still a point in your journey. You're still going to progress. I said, I hope I am too. I hope I did not just find my high point with that model. I really want to keep improving. I really want to keep going up. Good art, exactly. Good art is never finished. It's only abandoned. Oh, I don't like that word either. Abandoned means like, No, go. I don't know if I can find a better word. That's the sad thing. Don't overthink the mini. That is great advice, by the way. That's the one thing, and I think this is a human thing. It's not anybody out there. I think everybody is like this. We all overthink things. Everyone does. Especially if you care. You overthink it. So maybe that's why I was surprised at a gold medal. Because I didn't think it was there. I stopped. I just stopped and stopped painting. And where it was is where, all right, that's where my progress is going to be. That's where I'm at as an artist. I think that's one of the things. Now, I'm painting this to me, I'm painting this too early. I really should paint it in January. It's a measure, that competition now has become a measure of my progress. So, but I'm starting early because I want to work on Golden Demon stuff from here until Adepticon. Once I'm finished with this. I think that's a great thing, though, to think. Don't overthink things. And I think we do a lot. But I said 100% agree. I do think maybe it's the wording. For anybody who does find themselves anxious, do not get anxious, okay? The only, how do I put it this way? The trophies in ReaperCon are the competition pieces. Okay, that's for the real competition is. Anne did a great job of coming up with something where she wanted to encourage you to get better. If you notice, even if you get a certificate, we all applaud for you. They all act like it's still, they act like it is an achievement, especially if you're new, if you've never entered. Sometimes the achievement, certificate achievement, that says you're on the right track. Keep going. It's all to encourage. And I say, don't be anxious. Stop the mini when you think it's done. And let the chips fall where they may. And then use that as a springboard to go to the next step, to get better. If you paint perfection right off the bat, if you get no growth, nowhere to go, what fun is that going to be? The fun in this hobby is your growth, and as well as painting. I think painting is the fun, but a lot of it is the growth you find and you get the more you do this. Otherwise, I said for me, it just would be, if I don't have anywhere to go, the challenge is gone. Where am I going to go and what would I do? That's me personally. That's not saying everybody here, but that is me. I want somewhere to go. And don't be anxious. There's nothing to be anxious about. You are your own worst enemy. We are going to still think, even if you get a certificate, we're going to still think what you did was great. Because it is. This is not easy. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. Okay, rocket science I think is harder. But this is not easy. It takes time and practice and to get better. So enjoy that. Enjoy the journey. Yeah. I overdid that. I wanted to shadow a little bit in that section and I overdid it. Learn from stuff like this. I think sometimes too, when you judge them, like you want to actually tell that person, and maybe this is why if you sunk a little more time, I think you want to tell that person that they can achieve this, and you want to make it sound like it's not you're really close. Maybe just a little more is what you need, and you'll get there. They want you to put that little more in the next thing you do and bring it back. And they want you to know you can get there. Hell, if I get there, anybody can get there. I'm not naturally talented at this at all. There is no, I mean, I went to art school, sure. Well, art school, but I went to a state college and took art. But that really did not help me. Painting minis, it's knowing colors, okay, that helps. But a lot of things here. Maybe a little bit on the freehand side. But as for smooth blending and such like that, I don't learn that at art school. It took a lot of practice. And as I said, right now, for my own mental health, with everything going on, it's more important than ever that I actually get out my brushes and paint. No lines. I feel like maybe this section here actually should be a tiny bit darker because this sticks out. This should actually... Oh, it's too thin. Hey, oh my god! Hecatina Minis. Oh my god, one of my teachers. Nonetheless, one of my teachers. Holy crap! Well, hello, how are you? It's so exciting you visited. Oh my god, this is the next one for that competition I painted that frost giant for. Believe it or not, that frost giantess was painted for a 4-person, like, little friendly competition between us. Myself, Night Whisper, Gel Tip, and our friend Peter Shaw, who you know. You know Peter Shaw. I thought he was going to wipe the floor with us last year. And my frost giant took the most votes. His took the judges' pick, though. And you guys never even got to see it at ReaperCon. He didn't bring it. It was very brown. He had a value. It was very much a study in value contrast. Oh my god, shout out that Hecatina. Yeah. How are things just north of here, if you, unless you popped in and popped out. I did that mostly this year. Go! So, Black Skull, you can basically bitch at the judges because he's one of the judges. It was year 2. Only the Gnome King was especially ReaperCon and got Buckus. Unfortunately, they only actually rate one of your minis, so they deemed that one of your other ones was better. So that's why I got Bupkis. 2 pieces of cash and silver, a piece I did previously. Yep, that's fine. I don't know. It means you did a really good job on those 2 pieces. The Gnome King was good. I wonder if they had a hard time picking which one on your case. I think mine, it was the giant, without a doubt. I had the feeling that was going to be the one that was picked, even though I had done a bunch of pieces since. I think maybe the Kathy Wapple one, in terms of the painting on it, just the model itself. If I'm not putting diorama, that was the one that potentially could have beat it. My last piece was the Paladin, but I don't think the mini was cleaned up enough to qualify. So, what? Hold on. Test? What? Nope. I will type this. Or you can probably hear me typing. No, Hecatina, no! I want you to hear me because I want to gush over how awesome it. Hecatina Miniatures is from just north of me in Canada, in Nova Scotia. I'm like so jealous. Oh, I screwed up my sound. I screwed up my sound. Okay, yay! So Hecatina Miniatures. You are just north of me in Nova Scotia, and I'm jelly because of the people you have visit. You've had, oh God, who was it? Tell me who it was that came up and taught classes from overseas, and they're one of the biggest names in painting. You run your own painting competition. I don't know, maybe what I need to do is I need to... Sergio Calvo. He had Sergio Calvo at his studio in Nova Scotia. If you're ever in Nova Scotia, look up Hecatina Minis. Go visit. You have a store too and everything. You know, I'm kind of jealous. Holy crap, I can't believe you're here. It was absolutely wonderful to hang out with you in person, though. One of the best reasons why I love cons is I love to meet some of the people that I've heard, I've only dealt with online, and I get to meet them in person. You are one of those people. This mini has such a long way to go. I heard dingy dang. Oh my god, oh, thank you so much! That's right, the OG Rainbow Kitty. By the way, also you should all look at Hecatina's stuff, because holy crap, he is amazing. His work is so good. He's the one that taught me how to do tartans. That person right there is the one that taught me how to paint tartans. These people have sunk me with tartans. I don't know if you looked at my little display. Did you actually look at my display? Because, yeah, I mean, mine was the purple display. I was really pleased when they called that out. Because I'm the purple queen. Okay, so the little guy in the end had the birch bark staff. So basically, that was a challenge that these guys did. So if you subbed, thank you so much for sharing, Shanur. Shanur, my awesome mod, when he can be here. So the backstory of that, the reason why it was called the viewer's choice. So that was a model I did. So I originally, a while there, before I got backed up on all the reward stuff I need to do for my thing. So I haven't been doing it. But basically when you sub, you can pick a spot in the mini and you can dictate how I do it. So that entire mini was all stuff that people picked. The Ball GM, who was lurking about here, and who probably is still lurking about, was the one who actually picked the tartan. It's like, you got to do that as a tartan. I'm like, oh no! And he picked the purple. The fact it had a galaxy cloak. The fact it had the little ice kind of effect on the bow and the arrow, the arrow casing. Oh, the quiver. I think it was the quiver. It wasn't just the whole thing. The birch bark. That no one, no one does birch bark. I was told by Gel Tip I have to do a birch bark thing, which you actually met. That was our friend Dom Frank. Isn't it? I love tapping these guys for ideas. Okay, so remember the first mini I did as a giveaway? By the way, there's a reason why I got it back, which is pretty funny too. Do you remember the first one I did, not counting the Fabulous Marine things, but do you remember the first mini I did where I had you guys, when you subbed, pick spots on it and dictate how to paint it? You picked his robe and you said paint it as a tartan. Well, Hecatina Miniatures is the one that taught me how to paint tartans in his tartan class. I'm so excited he's here. Oh my god. You need to come visit me more. Yeah, so that's why on the Frost Giant, she had a birch bark staff. Because this has become kind of a thing. And it's like my thing. So I was like, I gotta put that in there. So that's why she had a birch bark staff. Because I'm like, hey, Maybe I invented the birch bark technique. Honestly, it's not really that hard. Find an off-white paint to base coat it. Then sort of just paint the black pattern on it. Make sure your paint's not too thick. Make sure it's thin and runs a hair. And so that it's a little bit fuzzy, and then you can highlight and do some white highlights of that. It's not really a hard technique. Wait, I'm embarrassed you are so nice. Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm confused by that statement. I mean, I try to be nice. I try to be an ambassador to this hobby, and one of the ways to do that is to be kind. I want more people involved in this hobby. I try to be awesome. No, you're awesome too. I mean, you said it was really great to actually see you at ReaperCon and talk to you there and hang out. When I could, oh, I'm screwing this up. I'm not happy with this. The one nice thing about painting is anything, you can fix anything on. Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself now. Speaking of embarrass. I'm probably going to do this and I'm probably going to hate it. I'm probably going to be like, all right, we're going to have to start over. I'm trying to figure out how her leg goes here. I like this mini, I like the sculpt, but there's some weird stuff on this mini. So, you do not have to try your ambassador mini. No. I have to try. I have to put work into it. I can't just be. I gotta do events and things. I'm hanging out with one of my regular students, Miranda. Oh, cool. So you have me on there? No, I'm just thrilled you actually popped by the tavern. If you ever have designs on coming down to visit us in Massachusetts, oh my God. Hey, you ever want to come to Massachusetts at the end of February, you should come to TotalCon because we're turning this into a painting. We have a painting track in there now. We don't have classes, but basically we have a hangout where the four of us who actually do this paint for this thing, we hang out all weekend and paint. It's like a retreat almost, although it's busy because I have a paint take there. But I invite, I don't invite, they show up. So you ever want to come down to TotalCon in Massachusetts, you can. And then you can hang out with me and Don Frank and our friend Eric, who you don't know. Wait, I don't remember if Eric did any of the virtual stuff. I think he did. And I think he actually did post part of it. And Peter Shaw, who you already know. Is that the one Peter was talking about? I don't know. Probably. It's the one he goes to. Shanur, I know. Wait a minute, wait. We all live close together. Relatively. Nova Scotia's still a pretty good drive. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the one that he's talking about, because that's the one he goes to. I don't think he goes to any others. Oh, what time is it? I didn't even look. Okay. Okay, good. It's not 2 o'clock yet. It's not show and tell time. Here I'm prattling off, going, But likely. If we could get Derek Schubert involved too. I mean, he's in Maine. He's in between us. I said, if you weren't so far away, I'd invite you to I basically do painting hangouts at a couple of stores around here too, where I'll bring stuff. It'll be like a paint take, but it's actually kind of purpley. It's more blue. I think it's more blue on my stream, but it is kind of purpley, and I'm going to gray, so Like this top color I'm painting is rainy gray. I want to look, she's a cloud giant, so I want to kind of look cloudy. I'm thinking about actually maybe adding some more grays into that so she doesn't look quite so purple. But I don't know, I don't hate it. I actually kind of, maybe I shouldn't touch it. I do want to go another step up though. I'm probably, so yeah, this is like where the whole thing we're talking about light comes into. I want to go from like something like this. She's actually I view her, she's up on the mountain somewhere, on the top of a mountain in the clouds. I want to do an earth sky non-metal metallic effect on her armor. We'll see. That's something I took that class too, I think, at Reaper Virtual. I still feel like it drives me nuts because there's a shadow. Depending on which way I put the light, there's a shadow there. Debate whether or not should be darker. I don't kind of want to, so be able to be like this, going on her face. I think is where I'm shooting for. She's a cool figure, but she's got some weird aspects to her. I try. Hey, I'm trying to take the lessons from your class. Oh Lord. Yeah, she is great. So it's gray in here, and then like in the shadows, they're kind of purpley. Believe me, I don't have the best equipment. And maybe someday I'll buy better equipment. Of course, half the time I can't tell if it's my vision. Oh, speaking of a Night Whisper, there's a Night Whisper. Who finally raided in. Hey, Night Whisper, look who visited my tavern. I think you might have taken one of his classes too. If I recall, Night Whisper, you did the Reaper Virtual Con. We're trying to get Night Whisper to come to ReaperCon some year with us. We're going to get him to go to Adepticon next year. So, wait for him to settle. Thank you for the shout out, Shanair. It's so great to have you around and being my mod today. So, you know who Hecatina Miniatures is, right? Well, let's see if he gets all excited. You know who Hecatina Miniatures is, right? I think he does. I believe you took... I know... Well, you took his classes. I think you took. Didn't you take the lighting one, the OSL one? Hello. Who we got? I got a Voxel Forge. Hello. Hello back. Yeah, so that's the guy. I'm trying to get him to come to TotalCon, and if you come to TotalCon, you can join our little 4-person paint-off. You have to get this model. You can't add anything really to it because it's a painting competition. People vote. Yes, that's who Hecatina Minis is. It's Jeff Davis. I am so surprised he came to visit. It's friggin' amazing he's here. And he was one of my teachers this year. I took one class with him. I took 2 classes from Michael Proctor. My regret is I did not take all 3 of Jeff Davis's classes because they all went together, and I didn't realize at the time when I picked classes. Yeah, that's who it is. He's the guy that taught me how to do tartans. I like the OSL, that OSL class too. I still have the mini. Actually, I don't think I ever I don't think I ever finished it. I still have the mini, and it's still as it was when I took that class. You just talked about that question stream today when one of my chatters talked about triangle. So, oh, look at that! You still there, Hecatina? So here's a fan. So this is it. This is Night Whisper. He's one of our 4 mini painters of our thing. Yep. So yeah, this is Eric, by the way, Night Whisper. And said we'll try to get him to ReaperCon some year. I like your classes are great. Your classes are great. Nice minis followed Hecatina. Yeah, Hecatina. Everyone should follow Hecatina. Actually, do you do? Wait, do I follow Hecatina on here? I follow him everywhere else. Yes, I do. Yeah, I know your classes are always a lot. I think that was why I took it. Well, also, I mean, I took it because I was not expecting a gold medal this year. I wasn't at all. I expected 2 silvers and a bronze. I knew the ordnance one. No, I mean, you're not wrong. I knew the ordnance one was going to get bronze. If it didn't get a certificate. I know I'm not. I probably should actually tap your brain a little more in ordnance. Hey, Hecatina. So, well, actually, wait. What was the name? I've been trying to do it. Remember, what was the name of the YouTube channel that you it was Night something that you recommended to look into if I wanted to do more with ordnance. Because actually, I am kind of interested, especially if I'm going to do battle tech. I thought about this later. I'm like, night shift. I'm gonna look that up right now. It's a YouTube channel, right? I'm gonna look it up now so I can actually check out his stuff later. Night shift at Chuck E. Cheese. No, I want No, that's definitely not it. Okay, night shift. I'm a night owl, also model obsessed with rough steel textures and weathering. Hello, yeah, I didn't have weathering in mind. I knew that. So no, I knew I was getting a bronze. I know I don't know ordnance very well. However, I will check it out because I realize I actually would like to paint some BattleTech for the Catalyst competition at Adepticon. I did buy some really cool things, and it's different. Here I am, like, not actually working. All right, I wanna. Oh, you might be cool on this. Figure out where my vision. So figure out the fact is it's a clear day. And I'm thinking that maybe I want a little yellow for the sun in this. Okay, that's a lot more finesse than it was. I'll tell you right now, Night Whisper's got a really good one here. Practice and reference keys to mastery. I say one of the things I recommend is that have YouTube, not YouTube, have like Google Images or something like that handy whenever you're working. Looking up other people's examples, things like that can help inspire you. It can help you figure out a problem with like with the Kathy Wapple I did. I kept looking at that going, there is something wrong with the way I've got her chest plate highlighted. And I went and found one that actually had it highlighted differently, and I liked it better. So I went and kind of put the highlights in the spot. It was more like down here. So I changed it up and it made the world of difference. Also, sometimes you don't know what something is on a model. This one's pretty easy. Everything is pretty spelled out. All right, so what do I do? Oh, that's right. I'm thinking about adding a little sun's glow into some of the things. So I have a sun yellow. Where's my sun yellow? Sun yellow. You're working on BattleTech decal. Cool, 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 cool. Very, yeah, decals. I've done a few decals. I do some Warhammer. And I've had commissions Warhammer. Although I do orcs where I don't tend to put the decals on. But I've had customers who wanted some decaling done. It is touchy, touchy, touchy. Keeper of there is per ref. Use heavily designed. Oh, interesting. I just go on to just usually I have different things for different projects. Thank you so much for the follows. Thanks for the follows, guys. Wow, this has been a hopping stream. I've got double digits. Who knew? If you have questions for Hecatina Miniatures, please send all your questions his way. He is, as I said, he is an incredible painter. He's a teacher. I'm thinking about it and whether or not I want to teach at ReaperCon. Believe it or not, Jason Weeby and wow, why is the name gone? Grumble, 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 grumble. I cannot believe I forget the name. It was one of the sculptors like sitting next to. It wasn't Gene Van Horn. Oh, Bobby Jackson. That's who it was. So we got talking because I did the Bones mashup, and they're like, you should consider teaching. I'm like, what? And this was before I even knew about how I was going to do at the awards. And I'm like, well, what's the deal with it? So I saw Ron. Oh, by the way, I did find, I don't know if you knew, Sunday was fine. Let's find Carol's debit card. I lost my debit card at one point at ReaperCon. I didn't freeze it because no one was spending any money on it. So I was like, okay, I'm safe for now. So I never actually froze it, which was good because they found it in the trash. I'm trying to debate what color I want to mix this with. Maybe with the gray. Yeah, we found somebody at Reaper found it in the trash. So no one ever was using it. Let's see, do it. Take 5 facing shots time. Well, that was really nice. But yeah, so I talked to Ron anyways a couple times. I got to talk to him because, so basically, he better friggin' cash in on this or I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to reach out to them, I think. Ron, and knowing Ron is stupidly busy. He said he would get back to me, but I know he's stupidly busy. So, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So, Ron, I was about to buy all my Reaper stuff, which was this mat. And you notice I've got it here because I love Reapers so much. I like to advertise them. And, but it was the artist box. Who just got it? I think Baldy just got his own artist box. Yeah, it was unbelievably lucky that I got it back. I got it back about a half hour before I left. It was close. If I left and I didn't get it back, then I was going to cancel the card. All right, so I'm going to add a little. I want a little like sunshine in this. So I'm going to see if I like this. it's too yellow. I hope that's not too yellow. If not, I can go over it. It gives it, I like it though. Maybe a little too yellow. So, what he said was, you guys get, it's funny because I keep hearing, well, you guys don't make any money off the classes. Well, I mean, when they give you your airfare and your room for teaching 4 classes, that probably is what they're paying for. Try adding a pale skin tone. Oh, I'm trying to pick up the sun. But maybe I will. All right, hold on. I'm going to go back. Let's backtrack a little then. Although I don't hate it. It does give it that kind of glow I'm looking for. It's just I may have to mix it in a little more. The pale skin tone. Which one? Are you talking, Lord, is it called, I don't think I have that, unfortunately. But let's see. Because right now I have rosy, tanned, swarthy. I have the fair skin tone set. I've got the barbarian skin tone set. I don't think I have the pales. Made in flesh. Where straight yellows complement purple with kind of gross. Oh, but that's. No, I'm mixing it with gray. I'm not mixing it with green. It's actually still came out yellow. Oh, the fair skin highlight could work. All right, let me try. See, I listen to my teachers. This poor thing. Oh, by the way, I had 2 paints explode on me on my flight home. They were all in it. I put my paints in Ziploc bags, so it didn't get on my clothes or anything like that. It stayed in the paint, but I got 2 of my paint. The covers just came off, and that did not happen the last time I was there. Oh my God. So does that happen? Sure, why don't I try this? I think one of the coolest advice, the other advice I got was somebody, it might have been Black Skull? I don't remember, Sally. Somebody advised that I did like a pink or magenta to give her a frosty look for the frost giant. And I always thought, yeah, that actually really, oh no, it wasn't. I can't remember who it was, damn it. Last time it happened to me, it was airbrush. Oh no! That's why I always keep that stuff in a like a heavy Ziploc bag. I lucked out too because one of the Ziploc bags ended up developing a hole. I had to use a second one, which at the moment I forget what the hell I brought with me. Magentas will work well. Yeah, I think it was a magenta to make it frosty looking. And so I used clear magenta. Just lightly. I don't know, I gotta see if I liked it. I mean, you're the expert. Let's see if I like this, if I deem it needs a little more yellow. It may work though. I know what you're saying, because yeah, yellow, I know I've actually mixed yellow and purple together. When I was a kid, or when I was in high school. Too much. I think I'm going to want more yellow though, because it's supposed to be picking up the sun. I think that's why I want yet kind of yellow, but maybe I'll add some yellow into this. So I think the yellow will look nice against the purple too because it's complementary. I double took bags to clean still different. That's awful. I want to plan to use tape on my paints to enforce them no explosions. I might do it. Actually, my biggest sin probably was I needed to tighten, check, make sure all the lids were tight. And I'll bet you something wasn't tight. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to go back over it to blend it in. Damn it. All right, I can get that off. I'm not happy with it. Actually, it's time anyways. I'm going to stop screwing around here. It's time anyways because I normally stuff for show and tell. And I haven't had show and tell since before ReaperCon, so. I didn't realize today was going to be a ReaperCon chat day, but it is. By the way, it was, let's see, if you're using gray as a firewall between the purple and the yellow, that's your way. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. So basically, I can show you my paint. So I started out, I'm doing a complicated color scheme here. I started with sky shadow. I want something blue and shadowy. Skies are blue, whatever. I want something that wasn't just purple. I want this to sort of reflect as a bit. I want gray to kind of be the color, but I want some purple in it because that is my trademark. Then I use Atlantic Violet. I want to pick something that was definitely a cool blue, cool purple that tends more towards blue than it does red. Then I use this, which is I think this is my favorite, desaturated purple, Berthollium Mauve. And then I took and like I've been mixing colors too, so right down the line. So I put Sky Shadow and my Atlantic Violet to make it a little more, shift it a little bit more blue than it was. And then finally Rainy Gray. This is what I've been using. So it transitions nice into a gray because this is said, it's such a desaturated purple. It goes towards its gray. And then that's why I was going to add this into the gray. So that to desaturate this a bit. All right, good. You have okay. So those of you on my Discord. By the way, if you have something you want to share, Hecatina, I am link friendly. If you have anything you want to post up, go for it. Well, good. I'm glad you think it. Color. All right. So I did take color theory in school. I did take it in college. I had to. I was an art major. I had to take that stuff and. My degree's in art teaching, like for elementary school students, but I ended up doing that and I'm doing graphic design. Go for yes! Please do! Share your Instagram, share your what? I will absolutely follow. People share here and I think about it sometimes. I'm talking and whatnot, I forget. Well, we'll do yours first then. Actually, you know what? I'll go find Hecatina Minis and I'll share something off of there. Ha ha ha. All right, so let's do this first. And you know, I have to go and change this to display pics. So this is like the best. All right, let me, oh, you apparently followed me at some point. Or you just did. Oh, speaking of vehicles, speaking of Battletech. Oh, I love, you know what I really, oh, the first of all the edge lighting, chef's kiss. See, I know. Okay, so the reason why I entered the Ordnance one is I wanted to put something into the Turbo Dork metallics thing. I didn't think it would really, it's not in my comfort zone. But how are you ever going to get out of your comfort zone unless you start somewhere? So it's a starting point. As for when I want to keep going, I think so. It might be fun to paint vehicles and enter them. It is probably, like, I'm never probably going to enter the open. Although I was told with my Reaper, what the hell was it called? That Bones mashup. I was told there I should paint it and put it in the open. I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But lovely. I love this. I like the fact it's mostly gray, but then you've got the shots of red and yellow in there to give it some interest. And the yellow really carries your eye around the piece. That edge lining, man, that is tight. Holy mackerel. That is... Oh, he does look all sad. Okay. I don't know that. Okay, so there can be only one. The McCloud. The McCloud. Is that the Highlander? I will have to get... So right now I'm not on my chat. I'm on this. I only have one monitor. Be sad for me. No, don't be sad for me. I will look at yours as inspiration, actually, for my Battletech stuff. Are you going to, the Ron Burgundy? The best names! So wait, Voxel Ford. Alright, I'm gonna pop back. And I'm gonna open up... Alright, hold on. We're gonna go... I'm gonna open up another thing. I'm gonna go back to Instagram, because I'm gonna find... Right under my camera, too. I can't see crap. You guys can see... Oh, I remember this Coffee Nerdy Beer! That was like, that one actually got trophies and such for, Bombshell. That was like, and that was on the diorama. I think it's one of the diorama winners, too. It's such a cool piece. Okay, so. Search. Well, that's fine. Let's find Hecatina since you're here. Okay, first of all, this thing is amazing. It was from ReaperCon 2025, titled Rare, sculpted by Bob Rodolfi. I'm very pleased to say that this phenomenal resides in Boston. Yes, you gave him the model, which was really nice of you. Okay, so just look at Jeff's, like, the patterns and freehanding on this. It's just friggin' cool. The pumpkin. Holy Lord, the glow in the pumpkin is amazeballs. And this is from the ReaperCon page. This isn't even like your photo. Well, maybe it was your photo, but you took this off the ReaperCon page. So I see the little gold medal there. That is a pretty cool model. I should do that. I should actually paint up things and give them back to the sculptors. I have been known to do gifts and things like that. This one, by the way, so lucky you get to paint this. This is, I bought this model. Moonlight Minis, I'm proud to say, is now, I guess you could say, like a kind of a sponsor of my paint takes. They have allowed me to print their models to give away at paint takes. But this was the ReaperCon one model exclusive, and I bought this. I love this model. This is her lunette for this year. And it's, I think somewhere she said it's going to be hard to top. But it was painted by Hecatina Minis, so it's just really beautiful. I love it. It's really well painted, and with that non-metal metallic gold. Whoa, it's so good. This is what drives me nuts. I put like the little white highlights like that, and it looks like a paint spot. And you guys do it, it looks like a highlight. It drives me crazy. Okay, I do want to focus on my peoples here. All right, let's go to Discord. Oh, that's right. I was on Discord. I was on Discord before this. All right, let's. Oh, something in the art gallery. I'm gonna look at that. Oh, Joan Hart's been doing some really cool things on here. I've been left unsubscribed his paint pens. Apparently. Oh, that's awesome. Joan Hart, by the way, Joan Hart is the one who made the my fairy. The inspiration fairy. And when my brain is fully back, I already approached her and she said she'd like to do it. But I'm going to have I'm commissioning Christine Van Patten to make that fairy as a mini, so I can give it away, or you guys can buy it, whatnot. I can print them, and then she'll have the rights to it, so maybe it'll end up in her Moonlight Minis collection. It'd be so amazing. All right, that is really cool, Shahutnart. 3D print. All right, so 3D printing. What do we got? What have people been up to? What was my last one? All right, I think the 20th is probably pretty good. For AAC, I think that's Stitch. So he's got, oh, because Stitch is an alien, and we're doing aliens this year at AAC. That makes sense. Obviously, he's going to fill all this in, and he'll paint it. It's going to be really cool. Chanur's new stuff, not long to Halloween. I know. Although I'm probably, and next month is also October. I don't know if I'm going to do an orc. Those are cool. And creepy as frick. Chanur. Chanur is... One sec. Oh, stop that. I gotta move things around here so I can see chat better. Yeah, the reds on that frigate. Oh my god, the reds on that lunette. Ugh, this is so pretty. There's a whole list of Moonlight Maze I want to get painted. 2 of the 5 bought last year. This year I should be able to make it to AC. Yeah, I know, because unfortunately ArmorCon has been canceled. You recently, so no, I'm from sure, printed this Rope and Lapis Tiny Astronauts. Wait a minute, I think the astronauts are the ones we got in the... There's a little dark star diagram depicting the final scene when one of the crew surfs off a piece of debris from the starship, so I started building surfboard today. I don't know, but I wonder if those are the astronaut minis. They kind of look like it. We have little tiny ones that we got in the diorama crest from Bryce Kokenar. That'll be hilarious. Oh, that's going to be great. I think it is. That looks like the friggin' astronauts he was using in that class. Tiny astronauts for paint cup run by Roman Lepet. So, I think Bryce Kokenar did this. What'd I do with it? Oh, I'm not going to find it. I have my baggie of leftover parts from my diorama. And they have the little astronauts in it. And it's somewhere in my room. But I don't know where in my room. It might be in one of my bags. I've got my static grass, too. This is like my bag of ReaperCon goodies that I got. But I swear to God, those are the astronauts. I guess I should try to put the whole thing together. Ooh, I don't know what he did with it. It probably is in here. I bought so much shit at RaperCon, it's not even funny. What did I do with it? Q. But I think it's those astronauts. And I don't think they're in this... Maybe they are in this bag. I'm feeling about another bag. Nope, that's just... Oh, wait, it is in here. I do have it. I'm going to look at my astronauts, see if they look like your astronaut. Oh, I put them... That's right, I wrapped them in a piece of... Because I don't want to lose them. Because they're so small. I'm thinking about painting up the diorama I started in that class. Oh, it's totally the same ones. Oh my lord, it is totally the same astronauts. Well, now that I know there's a competition with them, I don't know if I have time to do it. But yeah, it's those astronauts. So this is Simply Make Toys. I self-designed and 3D printed steampunk-inspired steam engine bike runs using single-acting air engine. This is what this guy does. I don't know if I can make it bigger.
This is a steampunk-inspired steam engine bike. In this model, self-valving single-acting air engine is used. All the black and white plastic parts are 3D printed.
I hope I can do this on my stream.
40 separate parts were printed and stick together using cyanoacrylate. A compound gear ratio of 1 is to 100 is.
Alright, we can go to actually YouTube for this. Actually, I don't know if I can share. Hopefully I can share. You know what? No, this is too risky. If you want, look it up. It's Simply Make Toys. He does so many really cool things. Self-designed a 3D printed mini pencil cap for my daughter. Which spins. Ridiculous. And then Lauren, can I buy Lauren? This is Lauren or Rivendell Creations. Playing is different. So glow filament was rainbow. I like this though. It's glowy. It's pretty. I love glowy stuff. Put some glitter in it. Those are cool. Oh, another pencil cap. There we go. Look at that. That guy takes 3D printing to just another level. Like he engineers this stuff. Okay. Cyanus, Hormigaunt front arm with a yardstick for he's making a full-size one. Jesus, that's huge. Oh my lord. I think he's bringing that to AAC with a whole bunch of extra Tyranids. All right. I don't have to be off at 2:30, but I do have to be off before 3 at some point. All right, so I'm going all the way back here. Now, some of these you will probably see in finished work or whatnot, but we're just going to go through them. Fringwarg Knights displays paint on the little ones. Look at all these fun guys. I love the little green guys. Grots, Gits, whatnot. Whatever you want to call them. That could be Gloomskite Gits. Because he's got a shroom. Oh, this guy's. This came out really good from Night Whisper. This is Guinevere from, I believe, Kingdom Death. Keep in mind, so of course he's got some OSL. I do wonder. Night Whisper, you still there? Now, Night Whisper, the one thing that I think is amazing is he's actually like colorblind. So, did you intend on making this like an electric green? On the, I mean, maybe, well, it's a work in progress, so there might be more work on it. But I'm coming out like an electric green. And I don't know if you wanted that, like, to me it kind of works on here, but it's, I don't know, it's like just normal fire, isn't it? Maybe it's supposed to be electric green, I don't know. No, but the cloth is greenish intentionally. Okay, that's fair. I mean, hey. But unfortunately, your lighting comes out as a little green. I don't know if that was intentional, but it looks like it probably blended. Yeah, when you're working with the oils, that is a problem. So that could be what happened. Like it said, it all comes off a hair green. Greenish. Like the lantern light in the light, the lantern is the red, yellow like you intended. But on your reflections, it looks a little green. But said, I also understand, red green can be an issue. But she looks wonderful. Come on. Oh, is that it? That keep. Oh, that's it? Hold on. Oh, you know what it is? I gotta go way back. That's just today. I forget what day it was. ReaperCon was friggin'. I gotta go way back. Because it was before ReaperCon, so it was still August. Alright, we're gonna have to probably edit a little bit here. I don't remember when the last day was. So September 6th, it was the 20. Would have been the 30th. So 23rd. So it was here. Went to my friend Chris Friday Hobby Night, started building the Supka Big Mega Stomping Stomp. Fancy version. That's not working. What works speech French? Fair enough. That'll be paying for my celebration stream December 6th. I'm gonna assume maybe you've got more. Starwood Park, Telegraph House from the Wrath of Lungs last night. They're creepy. No, I just loaded the page, so it's there. I just haven't zoomed in. Oh. Yeah, I just opened Discord, I think. No, wait, I didn't. If you just did it. Yeah, but they've been popping up, so I don't know. Oh, those are creepy. Custom oozes, so these are total sculpts from Smart Goblin. You know what? Sculpting doesn't just have to be for the experts. You can do things like this and make your own oozes, especially with natural shapes. They're not regular. You can do what you want. It'll look fine. Okay, so Wrath of Kings for the coin are correct. Friggin' autocorrect. Raven from Reaper. Yeah, there's some superhero ones in the Reaper line. Nicely done. She must have. Oh, Raven, like the comic book character. She must have wings. Like fixing the orange one to his arm break off and getting lost. Oh, nose. Oh, his arm did fall off. I like the fact. I love the fact that there's a big fry pan in his hand. And you can see in there. It's not easy, but you can see the hand he's put on there. Of course, it works great. I love the pan. Hobbitses. Archer PC. Archer for PC. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. Coming out. That was coming out good. I think there's some finished ones of these. Dusted off this guy. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I remember when you were working on this. It was a while ago. There's your starting one for most survives a frying pan. I mean, that tracks. You need to finish this boy. It's coming out so good, Baldy. Let's see, Lotus K. What was she working on? I love the color scheme. Of course, it's got purple. Purple and kind of orangey. Nice. I like this. Now, jeez, Baldy, what you like lost all these minis that used to. Oh, look at that bright. Look at that. That looks amazing. That fluorescent green fire. All the textures too. That's a really cool sculpt. I really like that. I love feathers with I love things with a lot of texture. Oh shoot, who is that? I have to look because on this because I'm streaming. Ooh, I got a Carnage email too. Alright, so my Carnage. Oh, I'm going to be a Carnage this year. Alright. Oh shit. I just saw something AC I have to actually deal with. And I don't want to deal with it because I'm telling somebody I can't, they're not coming back. And they want to come back, and I can't do it because they too much drama. Well, I'm gonna just have to be honest with you. Like, I love you to pieces, but you guys cause too much drama in my life. Alright, so let's go find out. I need the full names. That's the problem. And I want to make sure I get the name right. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in here right now. Oh, it's Box to Tabletop. That's who it was. This is friggin' just look at the lifelike, just how lifelike that is. I'm gonna be really interested to see, and maybe I need to. Details real juggle and designing a sculpt. Boy, is that true. All right, Hecatine, thank you so much for dropping in. Please, you are welcome at the tavern at any point. Maybe someday come down and visit us down here in good old Massachusetts. There's enough of us that paint. I mean, we could have a really awesome painting hang out with you. Box and Tabletop, that looks amazing. Yeah, he popped in one night and shared this, so. Nerdy Tokyo, practical volley classroom work at Nova Open. Yeah, he takes I think he takes a bunch of classes too, and really takes them to heart. Dukul has done a tremendous job. He actually medaled in Apprentice, I believe, this year. He got a bronze, which is any medals you get there, it's a friggin' achievement. I am planning on bringing my Frost Giant to enter there just to see where it ends up, if at all. It's really hard to medal. Actually, that's all his classwork. I love this guy. Yeah, it looks like he did some airbrushing and such. Very nice. Another thing from Lotus K. I love her painting. Her painting is so beautiful. She'll probably be streaming later. Workout group for Pathfinder Game User Vigilante representing a WizKids pre-paint for the social form and some Reaper Knight for his combat form. Social combat. Nice metallics on the big guy. Nicely done, though. A little shiny ball. I like the some sheen on the bottle. It's done my Dark Star Mini Astronaut project today. That looks good. They're so tiny. I'm not gonna have time to enter it, but I'm tempted to make it my diorama and enter it into something. Because I really actually like the way it started. I think you've got those and finished. I know for sure. It's two others are just prime resin and gray plastic. 2 Snotling Fun Hoppers and the super big mega Snotling Stomper. These are awesome. I kind of want these. Wow, Baldy, those are great. Very piratey too. Yeah, I remember you working on these. The murder victim from Kingdom Deck Ambush Chest almost done. I think you imagine you have this up in finished work. Mission up. I think it'll be piece for the next Barhammers from Eldfall Chronicles, another win, free company in Slovenia. Keep in mind that base should be fine. Remember, there is a maximum size base you can do. I was thinking about that because I think her base is too big. So I can't enter, and it's fine. It's under 40. Yeah, that's the important thing. Is it's gotta be under 40 millimeters. Uh, I mean, for a month and a half, a month out, I don't know. You might be able to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do the next bar hammer or not. I don't know if I have anything because I got to focus on this and other stuff. I don't know if I can focus on that. I really like the Lem model. That came out nice. They all came out good. I like the Lem though. I really like that. You said Guinevere is done, right? Otherwise, I'll come back to whatever else on is. This rough stream. Okay, so once again, I'm going to go down because I want to get the names correct. I think that's Painty Paint Paints. Yeah, that's Painty Paint Paints. This work in progress from stream I rated into me provide of the paints just to mix my own colors. Oh yeah, so he's mixing all his own colors for this. That's a cool idea, actually. That'd be fun to do. So it's a limited palette, and you make all your colors from this. It's not a 4 palette, but it's still a limited palette. You get rid of the green and just mix it with yellow and blue. I noticed he's got no orange. He's got the rest of the rainbow, but he doesn't have orange. Alright, well, hopefully it's there. Let's see, more work. Oh, I like that one. It's kind of like a Furbo character. I've painted this. I painted that last year and added it to my ship. The powder monkey. We saw Lem. She's funny. Gotta be the rogue. That was September 11th. Okay, so yeah, this is the one you did. So this is the current one. All right, so I'll say it again. Your firelight is coming out as kind of green. Like, it's fine in the lantern. Do not touch the lantern. But the other places, even her skin, and this is me, because I know you have, I know you have issues viewing green. But on the base and on her, and on, like, all the fire around is kind of greenish. Her leg is less greenish, but it's still, and it could even be a photograph issue. Especially on the one with her leg. It's positioned right. Although, keep in mind, on the ground, I think there would be a spot of dark in there because it's not going to go straight down, it's going to go out. If you know what I mean. That's the one thing I really notice in the positioning is I feel like that it's coming out from it and there should be a spot right underneath it because it's not clear unless it's clear at the bottom and you can see through the thing. Underneath it there should be like a shadowed area that there's no light coming from. Or it'd be brighter in a ring and fuzz in just a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. I think she's beautiful, though. Now, that's just the one thing. But I think she's beautiful. Her hair is so, like the hair, I love the cloth. Especially that blue. That blue-green of her loincloth is, I love that color. It just, I don't know what it is. I love that color. It's gorgeous. And you've put it scattered around in other places, too. And I think that's just brilliant. Her hair is just amazing. I love the sword and everything. This is a good mini. I mean, we had to even finish this up and enter it in Bar Hammer. I think she's terrific. She'd be hard to beat. That's it. My only thing is that those two things. The fact that the OSL came out to me too green for what you're shooting for. I like the fact you get the bounce back light here too. Like it's reflecting off and into the. It's reflecting off the cloth and back into the thing. I think is cool. Not done yet, but should be okay. So there should be no green at all. I'm like, yeah, see, I said it could be a photograph thing too. But for some reason, it reads to me as a little on the greenish side. I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, it might be because of the other. It reads to me as a cool green. So, and I'm seeing it on the bottom too, like underneath it. Yeah, I think it mixed in, and you probably didn't want it to mix in. You want to keep the color a little more, and then probably the yellow mixed into your green. This is the right, so folks. This is the disadvantage of oils right here, that you can't rush it. You have got to let it dry a few days before you put in. Otherwise, I think this is what's going on. But it definitely, and it said maybe if the less everything else looks a little less green, maybe her leg will look a little less green. Page gray blended with white and glazed fluorescent yellow. Fluorescent yellow is kind of green. Maybe that's where it's going on. Fluorescent yellow tends to be more greenish than. That would make sense. It is coming off as like a fluorescent. It is coming off that way. I'm gonna look. I think I'm remembering correctly what a fluorescent yellow looks like, but I think it's actually greenish. And I don't know if I can even show you. Yeah, if I'm using this fluorescent yellow, it is greenish. Oh, I can't show you. This is definitely greenish. This is more pure yellow. This is greenish. That's probably where it's going off. If you use fluorescence, it's definitely tending. I think you want to go warmer. You want to go more towards red than green, and I think the fluorescence sank you. I would just want you to do, like, I think this piece is so good. That's why I'm being nitpicky on it. And I know you don't mind the criticism. So, you can leave it too, for all I care. It's your piece. But I'm just telling you, it is a little bit, it's definitely on the greenish side. Which, if the fire was greenish, would totally make sense. But I think you might have to do something with it. Actually, I think this is. Alright, I think this is where we're at. Oh, Blandish. Oh, Blandish. Oh, yep. They dropped by. Oh, this is cool. Well, that's the back. Very simple piece, too. It's the only thing I can think to modify is make some tiny. I would say no. I would say go over it. Totally do it. Get away from fluorescence. Do not do any more fluorescence. Start again with a yellow. That's more orangey. Because I think that's why that looks green. And it looks green on her leg, and it looks green on the floor. And I think that's why. Because fluorescent yellow is greenish. So get away from the fluorescence. Definitely go more like, I said, like the sun, like a sun yellow color. Or fire yellow color. Go more towards orange yellows. And stay away from fluorescent. It's too green. If you add fluorescent orange, I think it's just gonna, fluorescents tend to be cool. Even in the orange. They're really bright. But I don't think you need it. I don't think you need the fluorescent part. I think you want it to look more like fire. So you want more oranges and reds and such. I mean, yours doesn't look as green as this does, but it's definitely green. I love this, and it's actually glow in the dark. That is creepy. That's awesome. I love it. All right, so Mako the Tiki chart from Night Whisper. So yes, the yellow. You want to go more like what's in the Tiki Shark here. I like this. Maybe a little lighter, but that's the side of yellow. I love this. I like the greenish. I do like the fact you got this greenish wood color too on it. I like green. I actually do like kind of greenish. I like warm woods. I like greenish woods. I just actually did that too. I like some dyeing. Like there were a couple branches things, so I added some green wash to it. In one of the pieces I just did. I love this. That's where, oh, maybe it's because the red in there is helping to counteract that. But I know it's definitely, hmm. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'll go back to Tiki Guy. I like Tiki Guy. Maybe, I'm thinking it's because of the red in it. It's counteracting. When you put colors next to colors, it can change the way they look. And it's very possible because you have the red in there, it's making it look more, it's stealing away from the green and making it look more yellow. I don't know, I could be totally off on my color theory on that one, but you're right, it does look more, I think it's because of the red. I'm trying to look and ignore the red. And I think it still is. Yeah, I think it's because of the red, believe it or not. The red is helping. The red is helping. Special FX elemental completed. This is cool. See, like this yellow, it's definitely, your yellow looks more green. Although, when I look at it against the red, it looks more like the yellow actually he used. Now, something really good in this is the bottom. I love the fact you really pick up the heat source. See how reddish, and this almost might be like the direction you want to go in. Oh, that's cool. So you can light it up. That's friggin' amazing. So he has a light in there. It's really cool when you can paint a clear thing and it looks opaque. Then you put a light on and just like all the way through. Well, I had things just like that. I had I did it as a commission. And they were a clear material, and there was some sort of ghosty or something like that. And I painted them, and the light came through, and it was just the coolest friggin' effect. That is neat. From Mummy's Mask, Nick, Net, Netikit, oh god, Netikit Kurtree. I can't say. Nefsakar Nage Reaper. That came out really sweet. Oh, the paint's great on this. I like the fact I really get the textures everywhere. You definitely left the recesses alone and you highlighted, but I like this. This is a really good piece. That's one of my favorite pieces I think you've done, Smart Goblin. That's a great piece. And then we've got the Furbolg, the finished Furbolg. That came out nice. I painted him too, actually. He's on my pirate ship as well. Interesting. The mustache is interesting. I like it. I really like it. Baldy. Oh, so that's right. He's painting up the Pokey Tools. I use this one. I would destroy it. So I'm not painting up my Pokey Tools. That came out awesome. And then I did the owlbear. I could do the owlbear one. I'm probably not going to use that one as much. I love that skull though. Shinder did a little bust of a cat. a Tabaxi Ranger, I would guess. Nicely done. I like. I got some busted Reapercon. Maybe someday I'll do it. I just like the man in the bar. I like the guy. I like this figure, but yeah, his eyes are a little. I will say this. I really like. I think you did a nice job on several things. I mean, you could touch up around here. There's a little bit there that could be a little neater, but I really like your wood tones. It really reads as wood. I really actually do like. I like the beard. It could use a little cleaning up, but honestly, it's for tabletop. You're fine. I actually think he works. I do. I do like this guy. Finish this. Whatever morning. Yeah, we get to a lot and finish. There's like a ton of finished stuff and finish because it's been like 3 weeks. I love the eyes on this guy. I love that has a lot going on too. Love it. Should always bring a shovel. Painted pokey tools. I need to actually find a place to put my pokey tools. It's really neat you're actually doing this. Oh, so Cordelia the Crusader from Signal Games. Hey, Night Whisper, are you gonna go? Are you doing their Advent calendar Kickstarter? The Carnival, which I thought was really cool, but I think I'm gonna pass because it just I've got to try to save some money rather than just constantly spend it. It's really the problem is you gotta like decide early because they got a really cool early bird piece. That Jester is lit. I kind of want the Jester without the rest of it. She's really cool. I like the metal on her. Really nicely done on this oh wait, not myself. Non-metal metallic. I like the green on her face with the red shadow. That's cool. She's got some makeup. Probably not. I was never get a painting of WrestleMania C20. That's fair. Butt shot. It's butt shot. Okay. No, that's a great mini. Another one. From Rathmore, Lord Timonos has no such humor that he is aware of. Well, how do you know if you don't have it if you're not aware of? Oh my god, this is so good. This is almost like he took the Michael Mortar class of using swirls and such to hide, you know, to have a like really cool freehanding effect without a lot of huge effort. I like this. This really stands out. His color schemes are always good. Rathmore's got amazing color schemes. Every damn time. His back looks like the damn ocean. It's amazing how different it is in the front. It's really cool. Loses for the Starfinder Dunn and the Desert Jeff. Jeff the Shark. Wait, that is a thing, right? There's your oozes. No, it's too bad you don't have like resin and you could do them clear. But they're oozes. They work. Smart to paint them all different color bases. And Jeff's the Shark. I like Jeff's the Shark. Last of my August minis painted. The mini with frying pan is left arm replaced. Yeah, we saw that earlier. Like a blue-ended sword instead of the mace. There's Raven. With the wings and everything. Good job. The hair is interesting. I like the streaky hair. And I like the fact the hair and the feathers all harken to each other. Yeah, the one you replaced. Oh my god, you'd never even know. That's a really good surgery. Really good. They're oil oozes. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Although they are, even oil oozes might be a little translucent. But no, Don't use resin, okay? Don't do that. You need to mold it and everything else. No, it's just way easier and it's just as effective and it doesn't have to be see-through if you use green stuff or milliput or gray stuff. Um that came out great. I love the knife. Like your highlighting stuff on the knife came out really good. It looks like a mirror shine there. That came out good. And I never even know that that arm was that started out with that arm and was completely different. Little paladin. I think that's a paladin or something along those lines. He looks like a holy knight. Looks like he's gonna lay in hands on somebody. Ah, that's great. I love it. Those came out really nice, and then the Thunder Archer. But you don't want to take a string of hair and put it up to make a bowstring for this? I like that though. That's cool. I like the fact you also put the feathers as the same color. I like that. It helps carry the eye around, and the yellow does too. The browns. Nope. I like. Oh, actually, I like the little detail. You put some dots in there. That's really cool. And of course, the little freehanding on the. That's really neat. There's an imp, also from Smart Goblin. That looks somewhat see-through. Oh, good. Breaking Golem, some Asgardians for Marvel Crisis Protocol. These are not the chibis. These are the other ones. There's an Asgardian right there. Those are good. Those came out cool. And Thor. Oh, and I can't think of it. He's got the rainbow. Oh, Love. I can't think of what he's called. I've seen the movies. He's the one that controls the door, the portal out. That's really cool. I love the rainbow portal. That's amazing. Okay, so here's the murder victim from Kingdom Death Gambler's Chest. That came out really nice. Almost feels like it needs more blood. I'm just kidding. It looks great. Not much I really could say on this one. That's really cool. I liked all the skulls on the base too. That's a great sculpt. Kingdom Death's got some interesting models. Three more characters I couldn't get. Alright, so this. She's a finished. Nicely done. Looks like definitely some work got done between the work in progress and this. And then him, the big knight Knigget. Nice to see them finished. In the social form. Those are good. And then the halfling has his finish on his foot. Oh, so yeah. So it said, I love the way this came out. Well, I like the fact you made that a metal flute. I've always imagined it was a wind flute. I love gelatinous cube with the remnants of what was in a gelatinous cube. Another shark. All right, I think. Let's see. Where was somebody posted something in here? And I don't remember where it was. Everything's in the month. Somebody posted something in here. No, I already did May. Now I don't remember where it was. Oh well, there's something in for September though. These guys, gals have swords, so it's September it is. Pelgath House from the Wrath of Kings. Nice. I'd say, yeah, androgynous. They are either. They've got boobs. Blood for the Blood Gods is awesome. It's one of my favorites. If I had time to use it. I think I see all the way through. Maybe I did. Okay. Get a picture of oil paints less shiny after a few days to set. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. Oh, those came out nice. Okay, it is like time. I do have to actually go. So now I have to figure out. All right, I think that is everything. Yeah, there's my pirates for September. September is pirate month, guys. Paint a pirate. I might do when I'm done with all my competition work. I might actually focus on pirates for a year for the rest of 2026, and then maybe I'll do Warhammer for 2027. I'm trying to line up like some theme stuff. Maybe I work on for the year. All right, I think we're calling it there. I am tired. Oh, Lord. This my list of colors. All right, I'm going to move that. I'm going to move her back. So, as I planned, I did get some finessing. I do want to actually add some yellow into the highlights because I want a little sun. I want a little indication of the sun in her. So, well, at least 7th point, your point kicks are coming. Yes, I've got to actually still close out my order. Where am I going? Oh, there's not many people. There's Cryo Cheese, Ghoul Studio, and Ghoul Studio, really. Where's Locust? She isn't streaming yet? Alright, I'm gonna throw it to chat. What, everybody gonna go now? We should go somewhere. Although I have to run, which kind of sucks. Where should I go? I only have 2 people on right now. Maybe that's why I've got 16 people of you lovely people visiting my fine tavern. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. Come back soon. It was really lovely to meet you. Voxel Forge. I gotta like zoom in because I can't see like that range with these glasses on. These are good for paying minis, but they're not good for seeing my computer screen. And my eyes aren't really that great for seeing my computer screen either. Otherwise, I'll just go to Cryo Cheese, I guess. Although maybe I'll go to Ghoul Studio. They could use. They're doing some GW stuff. It was I said, one of the cool things about doing this is I get to meet cool people. So that's also why I like to do cons and things. I say there's a fine line between my stream and my conventions. I hang out, paint, people come by and chat. So there's a lot of similarities. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Ghoul Studios. Unless somebody has a place they want me to go. It's going to be that. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Which like Paint Paints is on. I said I got credit, so. Alright, so thank you guys everybody for coming along on the raid. Thank you for being here. Oh my god, today was hopping at the tavern for sure. I will be back on Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I will not be on Murder Hoboing tomorrow night. I have another game. Don't tell them that. Actually, no, I had to schedule, unfortunately, because it involves other people. But I think they might be still playing it. My character is going to be stuck on a ship. That is Murder Hoboing on YouTube only. And look for the Murder Hoboing channel. We go live at 6:30 p.m. on Sundays. But all the videos are there if you want to see. They're friendly 2-hour time frames. So, I mean, if Baldy was streaming, we would have a place to go. But we'll go to Ghost Studios anyways. All right, until next time, our paths cross at the Painted Hero Tavern. I hope life is grand for you. And until then... Oh shit, Jimmy the Brush just went live. Well, we're going to Ghost Studios. Until then, happy painting.